Is the reality.
Reality.
Is this working?
Yeah, you're on.
Okay. Hi, welcome to New Consultant Orientation. I'm so excited. We just watched the Mary Kay autobiography, which you can find on Amazon.com, and then we were all just doing introductions and sharing what we all enjoyed the most after watching the video. What we're going to dive into next is the 3 things that hold a woman back. So write this down. I was a teacher, so I'm going to say that quite a bit. Write this down. Always have a notebook. You guys are all so good. You all have notebooks. I applaud you. And you might think that this sounds negative, but it's actually a positive. So 3 things that hold you back, because we want to be real in New Consultant Orientation. We want you to know up front that you're going to have disappointments. You're going to have no's. And I will tell you this, though, that you will always forget the no's. You will remember the yeses. And so the 3 things that hold a woman back, and then you're going to probably take a page and notes on each one. Then what I'm going to talk about is vision casting, and I want to paint the picture for you all what Mary Kay can give you so that your why can be achieved. Okay, do you guys all know why you started Mary Kay? Do you have a non-Mary Kay goal? This is important. Do you have a non-Mary Kay goal? Ooh, I'll let you think on that. Okay. All right, who wants to share a non-Mary Kay goal? Go ahead, Paul.
I want to be a mom, but I'm very organized. I can say I don't do anything if I don't think it's the way that it have to be. So I want to be a mom, but I want to have a house first because I want to have a baby in an apartment. Because I don't think it's my way. I'm so picky with that thing. And I want to have savings, and where I'm working right now, they have like health benefits. So I will have to pay everything for my baby, like for having a baby. So I'm like, no, I need to do something.
So Mary Kay will give you those choices.
I want a baby. And because the doctors say that I have to get pregnant in less than a year because I have cysts. So I'm like, I have to do something fast.
That's good. You have a goal with a deadline.
Yeah.
I like that. That makes you work. Very good. Okay, Tara, what's your non-Mary Kay goal?
Oh, jeez. Probably, I was thinking about it's like at this point, I think it's really going to be about, paying off credit cards if I can get it done, or a credit card. And then I have a very large student loan as well. So I think some of my kind of non-financial is somewhat, non-Mary Kay is somewhat kind of financial. I know there's more there, but I just haven't come up with it.
What would be a positive goal? Because paying off debt and credit card is actually feeding your brain negatively.
Oh, yes, this is true.
And if you really had that as your goal, you'd already have it done.
I think, well, you know what? I'm so, it took me a minute to... It's that, but it's also, I've moved here. I've been here a year and a half, so really, this is about getting me out of my house and meeting and making a life here, making friends here.
Good.
All I do is friends with the people that I work with, and you really can't do that a lot when you're managing those people. So that's that was really the
to make new friends. That's good. That's awesome, and that's a positive thing.
Yes.
Good. And in the process of that, all your financial goals are going to come true.
That's right.
Okay, Julie, what's your non-Mary Kay goal?
Mine's still fuzzy. I'm still praying about it, but somehow, some way or another, in the past, I've also been very connected to younger women and teaching them purity. And through my skincare classes that I've had so far, ironically, the majority of them have been very young, 18, 19, 20, 21, and I've been able to connect to them through cosmetics, but also go deeper through that. And so using it as a connection. So I'm still praying about how all that's going to look and work out. But
to have influence.
Yes. Yes.
That's neat. And the higher you go in Mary Kay on your career path goal, the more influence you have.
Right.
So that's neat.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, Brenda, what's yours?
Well, I'm taking care of my mom. And I just want to see her last year's out happy. She doesn't like nursing homes. And then my baby of 4 boys, he's got 3 more years and then he graduates. So I get through those 2, I'm good to go.
So that's it. So your family's your motivation.
Yes.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Good. And last but not least. Now you know.
Now I know. Thank y'all for giving my... No, for me, I live in a very small town in Crockett, but I'm satelliting between Crockett and the Baton Rouge area of Louisiana. And so part of that goal is to be able to meet new people, to network some friends into my life that I don't, because I'm alone there, because I do not work outside the home. But also with what you were saying, the inspirational side, I do a lot of inspirational, I speak for Ladies' Days, speak for conferences and that kind of thing, and I did a program last summer called Preparing a Princess, and it was with young girls, which this would be such an awesome complement to that program. So
That's neat. I'm writing that word down. Okay, cool.
what word?
Preparing a Princess.
Well, I wrote the program, so if you...
I'm going to get it from you. I take notes wherever I go. Okay, and Karen, why did you start Mary Kay?
Originally, why did I start Mary Kay? I started Mary Kay originally because I needed something for me that was my own thing, because I had been a stay-at-home mom after leaving corporate America. So started it really just to have a me time and have girlfriends, and really wanted to give back. Actually, it's kind of funny, to young women, because I had just had a newborn little girl, and I realized, gosh, you know what? I just want to be a positive influence on her and really start impacting young women. So that was my motivation. It was good to have extra money. Don't get me wrong. So that that paid for like
That
little
always
clothes
comes
and
with the
clothes and
blessing,
the swim lessons. But my prime motivation was really just to have something for me and to get out there, have girlfriends, and have an impact on young women.
That's neat. And your why can change when you're in Mary Kay. Your why, like today, may be different than tomorrow. And that's okay. And I've been building my business for 16 years, and I started Mary Kay. My daughter was 4 months old when I started. And I really started because of financial reasons. That was my why. We had put a trip to Europe because my in-laws were living there as missionaries. We had put on the credit card. And so my motivation was to pay for that. And we did in 3 months in my sales. And then my motivation was to buy a bedroom set. So my whys were always material. But that motivated me to work. And as my business has changed, my daughter is now 16, our son just turned 13. Now it is to give them private Christian education. It's to give them different choices, to take my children on trips of a lifetime, to give them experiences, and to be home with them so that they can learn how to set goals, how to make goals, and how to miss them, and how to get back up. So it's all about choices, and that's what we talked about today. Okay, so let's talk about the 3 things that hold you back. The first thing is your emotional management. We're going to dive right into this one. The second one is your time management, and the third one is money management. And so we're going to expand on each one, and so you can just make a list out of each thing, and then we'll hold all the questions and comments until the end. We'll do it that way so we can get through it all. So your emotional management, pretty much in your business, these 3 categories, if you ever feel like quitting, you call your sales director or you call your recruiter and you say, and analyze your own business and say, okay, I need help with emotional management, or I need help with time management, or I need help with money management, because it's usually one of those 3 things that is going to make you want to quit. And you will want to quit at certain points because we are emotional. So I have wanted to quit, Mary Kay. All right? But you know what keeps me going? And this, you can probably write down under emotional management, is the alternative. What's the alternative, you guys, to what we have? Yes, sometimes somebody's going to say yes or no or whatever. But the alternative is I would have to go back to teaching and work 10-hour days and make no money and be miserable and not be home for my kids. You know, what is the alternative? So sometimes it's actually your why that motivates you, but sometimes it's the opposite of your why. It's, well, why not? You know, it's that alternative. My life is going to look like this if I don't do Mary Kay, and stick with it. Because the people that drive the free cars, that become national sales directors, they're no different than you and me. They just never gave up. That's it. That is it. Okay, so here are some things that you can do to help your emotional management. Number 1, you never hear no. This is an affirmation I have. I never hear no. I don't accept no. No means what? What's next? So you don't want a facial? Who do you know that might want a facial? Okay? You don't want to sell Mary Kay? That's okay. Who do you know? I never hear no. The book that I recommend you reading, I'm going to recommend 2 books today. This book is called Go for No. You can buy it on Amazon.com, Go for No. It is the shortest book ever, and it's awesome. You can read it in like 30 to 40 minutes. And leaders are readers. This is what I learned from Mary Kay. And it's just so good because it teaches you that without the no's, you can't get to the yeses. And the only difference, when you see directors with the diamond bar pins, I remember Rena Tarbett, she's now in heaven. And she was the first national that I saw at a guest event back in a long time ago, like 15 years ago, and this was in Austin, Texas. She said all these bar pins just represent the lives of the women she's touched, and the only reason she had those diamond bar pins is because she heard more no's than me. Than me. She's like, the only reason I'm up here is because I've heard more no's than you. So that book is all about changing your mentality, and when you hear a no, that's great. It gets you closer to a yes, because this business is a numbers game. So Tara, if you call 5 people, you're going to get a yes. Okay? If you call 10, you're probably going to get 2. But you can't stop on 1 because that's how people get discouraged. And think of it as a deck of cards. If you're always looking for the ace, how many aces are in a deck of cards? 4. But guess what? You might draw those 4 aces right in the beginning. But you might go through the whole deck of cards, you guys. What are there, 52 cards in a deck? And the 4 aces are at the end. What if you stopped after drawing 40 cards? Do you see what I'm saying? You have to get through the no's to get to the yeses, and that book is awesome. So go run home and get it, okay? They're going to have like an explosion of people ordering that book. All right, so that's number 1, never hear no. Number 2, daily affirmations. Love daily affirmations. And there's this book, the other book I'm going to recommend, The Traveler's Gift. Shoot. Is this book holding me up? Okay. All right. So The Traveler's Gift by Andy Andrews. And I'm going to pass this around. This is all about affirmations because I thought affirmations were cheesy. You have it. Good job. And they work. I've heard it to have affirmations in your business since I started Mary Kay. And the year that I started doing affirmations is the year that we exploded. We did over $650,000 unit club. And it's what I told my brain every day. Because you guys, your thoughts are like food. If you put healthy food into your body, you're going to have more energy. If you put chips and junk food, you're going to be tired. Okay, if you put negative thoughts into your brain, what's going to come out of your mouth? Negative thoughts. Okay, so you feed your brain positively. Now, this is just a tip that I do, and this kind of goes along with time management, but just to give you guys this, because it all goes with affirmations. I have a notebook for the month. In the beginning of the month, I categorize my notebook at the first page, and I usually do this at the end of the month so that my brain is fresh for the new month. So I put God, a category for God, one for family, one for career. And everything that I want to accomplish in that month, I put down. Okay, so I'm the women's ministry president at my church. Okay, so I have a council meeting tomorrow, whatever. So all these things that you want to go under, Bible study, anything that pertains to church or God, put under that category for the whole month. So we're in the month of May, put it down for May. Anything for family. And I mean, if you want to, clean out your garage this month, clean out a closet. You know how you have things that you want to get done? If you want to go to have dentist appointments this month, or doctor's appointments, whatever you have scheduled, put that all under that category. And then put your other category, Mary Kay. I want to see 30 faces this month. I want to earn my red jacket. I want to go into DIQ. All your goals. And then what I do is I take those 3 things, which sometimes your list could stress you out. Okay, so I want you to write down this word under emotional management. Write down the word overwhelm. Overwhelm.
Well,
And then I want you to cross it off. You're never allowed to say that word anymore.
Oh, cross it off.
You can cross.
You can never feel overwhelmed. Okay, you can say my cup is overflowing. Because overwhelm just means you don't have a plan.
Okay.
So whenever you feel overwhelmed, whenever I've planned a vacation, planned my business, planned my month, if I start to feel like, okay, oh my gosh, I can't do this, it's because I haven't sat down with my notebook and made a plan. And your director can always help you make a plan. But here's the deal. You take those 3 categories and you put them into a positive affirmation every single month. I love having a yearly affirmation, but you know what? It gets old. But every month you have different things that you're focusing on, correct? Mm-hmm. And so to prevent yourself from feeling overwhelmed, you write an affirmation. So